How you guys doing out there? I'm Doug Best on the Doug Best Show here in Guadalajara, Mexico. Uh, we'll be back in America in a few days. I just want to invite somebody to sit down and talk to me for a few minutes. As I do a late dinner, a late lunch, really. Got up kind of late, did my little $2 worth of exercise, and I was looking on the phone, and I seen Diddy. Yeah, I seen Diddy, and I guess a few months ago, I did a podcast when I was in America. If I was in America, I guarantee you I'd have convinced my son So Fresh and Narrow, and me and him would have took a week and just went to New York, got a motel or hotel and stayed and went to the trial. But today, I see where they dropped 4 charges. I'm not really sure what that's going to do on the impact of the case. But I want to talk to you guys just about a couple of things. Diddy, Trump, and the Doug Best Show. First, let's go with Diddy. If I was in America, I would be right there right now. I'd be going to the trial, doing updates all day. I'd probably have a guy with me doing the filming, and we'd talk about it. But we don't know what's going to happen to Diddy. At the beginning, everybody was saying that he was going to tell on everybody. He was going to flip on the whole hip-hop culture. This guy just stood up like an OG to me, from what I didn't see. And then most of the people out there, they've been talking bad about it. But if he beats that RICO case, I don't care what they do. If he beat the RICO case, he could always bounce back. And I want you guys to be out there with me. We on the Doug Best Show. We live right now. It could be anybody out there. If we all tell the truth. If you got your money out the streets years ago, we all did twists. And what's the twist for the people out there that don't know what's going on? You got a bunch of money. You got the bag. You got the money. Most men in America, whether they're going to admit it or not, they fantasy is to have 2 or 3 different women to have sexual activities with. Mine too, but I'm with my senorita. And she takes care of me rawly because she's looking at me right now. But years ago when I was out there in the streets, we all did twists, guys. And everybody's going to pretend like, they ain't never been in a situation with a female like Cassie. She's the one that's in one and played the victim. Should have knocked upside the head. I'm a reformed dog. I used to abuse women, and I'm not saying that's the right thing, but the bro then got $20 million from Diddy, $10 million from the hotel, and married the guy that Diddy put with her to help her. I don't know what they're going to do with Diddy, but in my mind, he done stood up, and the only person that I didn't see from the hip-hop community has been Kanye West. He went there. And Rita says, you always go too long on the podcast. And they never did. They went in there and they bombed the Iranians' nuclear sites. I don't know whether it was a liberation or whatever it was. But if Iran and Israel fought toe-to-toe, Iran stomped Israel into the ground. So they needed America. So Trump, I try not to talk bad about the president, especially when I'm outside the country and I got to get back into America. But some things that he say I necessarily don't agree with. But with him going in there and bombing those sites, and he could have easily, attacked the oil refineries and all that other stuff, but he didn't. He did that part right there, and hopefully we could just move forward. Okay, guys, I'm your friend. I'm Doug Best, and July the 15th, my son is going to have a handbook. It's called A Hustler's Handbook. And I'm going to try to describe it in my own way. This is what a real hustler do. I was looking for this ink pen and I just opened the book. So you always got a handbook where, you write your notes down. Random thoughts, my son called it So Fresh and Narrow. You guys see him on the Facebook every day. But he going to have a hustler's handbook come out July the 15th. He didn't create a website, the whole ball of wax. And so basically what he do is what I've been doing my whole life. I take notes all day, I'll be talking to different people, and it's a handbook, really. I take notes, and I write stuff down every day. That's what I do. But what he's going to do, every day I'm writing stuff down. It's almost like a diary for different thoughts. I read books. He's going to have a book. It's called A Hustler's Handbook, and this is my book that I'm reading every day now. It's called The Art of Innovation. And so I'm just putting that out there for my son. I'm helping him promote this book. And everybody out there in America will be back Monday. We'll be back in America. And all the people that's been calling me about your checks, don't worry. If it's a check in the system, we're going to get it there. And my senorita, my muchachita, always with love. And they've been treating us like a god and a goddess here in Mexico. I don't know nobody that I know that could just take 2 months, pay for everything, and travel around the world and go back to America and start back on another project. I'm your friend, baby. Keith Russell, I seen you today. You say they need a paperwork party. Man, now being a snitch, you celebrated. Charleston White worth millions and millions of dollars. Whack 100 worth millions and millions of dollars. That guy, Gene, the deal that used to work for Diddy, that's all he doing is snitching. He's worth millions of dollars now. I'm not advocating that. I'm just talking about that. And I see you. I see all you guys out there. Money Boss, Arthur the Money Boss. Okay, guys, I'm your friend. I'm Doug Best. Thanks for joining me today on the Doug Best Show in Guadalajara, Mexico. And you guys like the post, share it if you like it, make a comment. I'm your friend, baby. I'll see you soon. We'll be back in America Monday. Thanks. Booyah.